back when I was working in the Bay Area, I was dispatched to a stranded motorist out on the 101. She had stopped on the smallest shoulder in the area, right up against the guardrail where there's very little room for anybody to go through. I get out, I hop over the guardrail and ask her what's going on. She has no idea what's going on with her car, so I called her a tow truck. I invited her back to my car so that she's not sitting by herself and I'm not sitting by myself. We have a conversation about our kids, about careers, family life, where she had gone to high school, where I had gone to high school. We ended up, actually growing up in the same area, so we had a lot of, the same interests. By the end of that conversation, and by the time she had gone, by the time I had gone on my way, it felt like we had grown up together almost. And it felt good knowing that we had made that connection on that level. And I'd like to think that if I saw her again, we could still pick up that conversation right where we left off, 10 years ago on the side of 101. And it's good knowing that she knows that the Highway Patrol is there to help and that there's also a person inside that uniform. We're not just all robots. Although I wear a uniform, I have a life, I have kids, I have a husband, and at the same time, I'm there to provide a service and to help her out. I had a job offer with a large agency down in Southern California, and it was something I know I wanted to do. It paid good money, but I know I didn't want to be stuck in one city for the rest of my career, and I know I didn't want to raise a family in that area. So I decided to wait for the California Highway Patrol and see what they had to offer. And several months later, I got my letter with my academy date, and it felt really good knowing that my dad was a CHP officer, and now I was coming into the family and carrying on that tradition. And with a CHP, I know I could, if I wanted to live on the beach, I could live on the beach. If I wanted to live in the trees, I could live in the trees. But once I was ready to settle down, I knew I could find somewhere to settle and raise a family. And the CHP offered that perfect balance between family and career, and it just seemed like a perfect match, and it was made for me.